Now then, welcome to another episode here on Jord's Minecraft channel. We did this nice little terraforming project in the last episode, which is looking really nice. I've got some stuff in town to show you. If you are new to this channel, we've been building ourselves a little medieval town. It's coming along pretty cool. We've got a little market in this town centre, we've got shops and inns, and we've got the start of a housing area, which is what I've been doing. So yeah, if you're new, welcome. Please give me a subscribe so you can see how this town comes along. But yeah, we've got some exciting stuff here. I've kind of started work on this housing district over here. And then we've got the sort of black wall, that's where his walls are going to be. And it is getting quite big now. I think it's more of a town than a village. So yeah, we'll be calling it a town from now on. So over here, where the wall is kind of at the edge of his industrial area, I wanted to have it sort of square, or sort of a similar distance from the centre of the town over here. It does go a little bit further out, but we're going to have a river here, and that's going to go into the water, and then we've got, that's going to be like a riverbed, and then there's walls going to come around here. Now when we get to here, we do have a bit of a forest, so rather than chopping it all down, I thought it'd be cool just to bring the wall around it, and it then comes round the back here and right back to the little terraforming bit where we started. So yeah, we now know sort of the borders of the town, how big it's going to be, so we have an idea of what space we've got to work with. And yeah, we've got this big area at the back, we've got the housing area there, but I want to think more about sort of what public buildings we're going to have. The first thing that came to mind were a church. Obviously in medieval times, religion was a massive part of sort of day-to-day life. But yeah, I thought it'd be cool to do a church. I think I've done some years ago in my really old videos, but I thought I'd give it a go now and see what we can come up with. I'm using this, I think it's acacia wood. The kind of grey colour goes quite well with the stone. So that's something I think I'm going to try use. But yeah, I'm going to work on some stuff. And I'll catch up with you guys very soon. So yeah, this is what we've got so far. I kind of changed the location. It was over here originally, but I've just brought it over here towards the back of the inn. I think it's a lot more kind of central, and when you come in from here into the town, it's kind of going to be like the first thing you see, I suppose. We're going to have some grounds that sort of come around here, maybe a bit of a graveyard, that kind of thing. But yeah, this is where I've got so far. I did change the shape so ever so slightly. I put the tower's going to be on the side rather than sort of on the end. So that's going to be pretty cool. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here, where I'll work some stuff out there. And I've kind of got these pillars where the wall goes sort of in one block. That's going to help us add a nice little bit of depth. But yeah, I think this is coming along quite well. We've got the kind of shape worked out. I want to work on the roof now. Try and work something out. So yeah, I'll just mess about and show you what I come up with. Okie dokie, so this roof is ever so slightly different to my usual. We've got this bit that overhangs here, but it's stone rather than wood. And then on the end here, I've subscribed to a YouTube channel, or a YouTuber called Blue Nerd Minecraft. And I've seen him do roofs kind of similar to this, where the stairs are upside down on the edges. And I think that's going to really help make it look like a church, give it the feeling we want. And then in here, this roof is actually going to be wood, but it's sort of going to be in a block rather than overhanging like the other buildings. So it should help it stand out and give you an idea of what the building actually is. So I'm just going to fill in this really quickly. So this is the roof kind of finished, or nearly finished. I just need to put these iron bars on. Kind of gives it a bit of a gothic look, which the kind of gothic architecture did kind of start in medieval times. It is a bit different to the rest of the town, but it should give you an idea. But again, just putting these spikes on, I think it helps you kind of get the feel of a church. I do need to work on this kind of tower here. I don't think I want it to be massively tall. But I'm just going to work on that and see what we can come up with. I think this is coming along quite nicely now. So yeah, that's the exterior pretty much done. It's looking pretty cool. As you can see, I've got the stained glass windows in there. I'm just going to grab some doors. I'm just going to put some doors on the place. So yeah, I've got the stained glass windows in there. I've kind of brought these grounds out as well. And on the sides here, I wanted like a big stained glass window, but I just couldn't get it to look right. So I've kind of got these three narrow ones, which still looks church-like. It'll do. It is only a kind of small church. But yeah, I went with light blue and white, 'cause that's kind of the theme colours of this town. So I thought that kind of helped bring the sort of church in with the rest of the town. And then in here, we're going to have a little kind of cloakroom where you leave all your weapons and armour and stuff. Because in medieval times, when you came into a church, you kind of left your weapons there. We're going to have a bit of a kind of office at the back here. There is a special word for like the priest's office. I can't remember what they call it though. But yeah, that's what this is going to be. Probably have a table and chair and stuff in here. A normal kind of officey kind of stuff. We've got a little room back there. I don't know what that's going to be, but not really anything. Then we come up here, you can get into the tower. It's kind of a bit, we've got his bell there. It's kind of a bit ugly, I suppose, with the thing at the bottom. I mean, you're not really going to go up there that much anyway, so I'm not too bothered. At least it's kind of functional. But yeah, so I'm going to work on the interior. I think actually I might do some of this on camera, do some of it with you guys. Give me a chance to talk to you for a bit as well. We don't do much on camera. It's generally just me building stuff, showing you what I've done, explaining what I'm going to do next, and then going and doing it. So yeah, let's have a bit of a chat for a change. Why not? I'm just going to sort of put in some light fittings in here. I want them fairly central, but I think this wall's an even number. Let's just try and find the centre point. I think it's going to be about here. And then I want some kind of like chandeliers. I have used a lot of, what are they called, the lanterns. I've used a lot of the lanterns so far. So I want to go kind of back to old school with the torches. And I think the chandeliers will look nicer in the kind of church environment. So I did actually, when I was younger, I did used to go to church. I'm from a very kind of religious family. I've got an auntie who's a minister. My uncle's a deacon, which are both positions in the church, and my granddad's a preacher who goes round and delivers sermons. That's a Methodist, by the way, which is kind of, I think it comes from the Church of England. I'm not too sure. I kind of stopped going when I grew up a little bit. That sounds really kind of derogatory towards the church, doesn't it? But no, I didn't mean it like that. Kind of when I grew up, I developed my own views on kind of life and religion and stuff. So yeah, I don't really go anymore. My family still does. So my family are pretty religious. So yeah, I'm just going to work on these here. But I think with my sort of prior knowledge from when I've been younger and going to church, I'm going to try and kind of remember some of the stuff that we had in there, see if I can bring it in here into the interior design. I mean, interior design is something I really struggle with in Minecraft, so I do kind of think in terms of reality, I suppose. Like, what would we need? What would actually be here? And it's tough. It's tough to make it look good in Minecraft in the interior. So yeah, I'm just doing these chandelier kind of things. I think these are a pretty simple, old school design. But they work, they look pretty good. I'll just put those torches on up here like this. As you can see as well, I've put the kind of the ceiling in with the stairs. I think that just helps so much with the ceilings in these builds. It does obviously lower it like one block down, but it just looks so much better. We're going to put some pews in, I think. That's kind of the obvious thing, really. And then I think maybe if we just have them one block apart, will that be enough? Yeah, I think that'll work. We can fit more of them in then, like so. And maybe we can have a corner one like that. Nah, I'll just keep them how they are. Couldn't just put signs or trapdoors on the end of these, that should look fine. Then we're going to want a bit of room here. This is where the pulpit and various other kind of things are going to be. I think if we get some spruce logs, maybe that could work. So let's just build it up here. The church I used to go to, it had a really tall pulpit. The pulpit, by the way, that's the bit in the middle where the preacher or the minister, when they deliver the sermon, they'll go up and they'll deliver the sermon from the pulpit, which is, it's kind of different to the where they have the Bible readings from, or at least it was in the church I went to. They'd have sort of the Bible readings would be done off to the side, and they'd have a little lectern. So I'm going to put that in a bit. But yeah, the lectern would be off to the side, and that's where they'd have the Bible readings. And then the actual sermon would be delivered from the pulpit. I'll try it with some oak. But yeah, in the church I went to, the pulpit was actually really high up. I mean, the church were pretty big on the inside. It were more of a modern church than a medieval church. I mean, it were right in the town centre of kind of one of the towns where, well, it were actually the towns from where my grandparents were from. But yeah, the interior were gorgeous. If I can find a picture, actually, I'll put a picture up just to show you. The interior of the church were really cool as well. It kind of had balconies going round, so you could see in the middle. Yeah, it were a really, really nice place. I mean, this church is pretty small, so I'm not going to be able to replicate the whole thing. But I do have some kind of ideas of where I want to go. So yeah, I'm just making a kind of basic pulpit here. It's only kind of one block up. But the idea is you go up and then you deliver your sermon to the congregation. It looks kind of a little bit bland. I want it to look a little bit more sort of ornate, I suppose the word is. Maybe we can put some fence posts in. I'm not too sure. This might have to be something that'll work off camera. But yeah, like I said, we have the lectern off to the side here. And then at the other side, what they actually had was like a, I don't know what they called it, but we're just going to use a cauldron. Can't remember what I'm sure there's a special name for it, but it's basically where the holy water is kept. That's where, like, you'll have your christenings and stuff. They'll use the holy water here. So yeah, that's kind of the basic stuff that I need. So yeah, I'm not too happy with that pulpit. It's just a basic idea. I think I'm going to mess about with this off camera and see what we can come up with. But yeah, I think we've got a basic idea of what we want. Obviously, we've got us other rooms to do. So I'm just going to start work on that, and I'll catch up with you in just a sec. Right, so today's reading comes from the book of Genesis. On the first day, Notch created light in the form of a giant cube of fire in the sky. He saw that it was good. On the second day, Notch created the land with a sophisticated terrain generation code, and he saw that it was good-ish. Will you guys shut up just a sec, show a bit of respect while I'm reading, please? Thank you. On the third day, Notch created caves, and he saw that they were good, although they would probably need updating eventually. On the fourth day, Notch created the mobs that would roam his new world, and he saw that they were good. On the fifth day, Notch created Steve, who would explore this new land and build many dirt huts, and he saw that he was good. And on the sixth day, Notch created the Creeper to annoy Steve. He was amused by this, and therefore he saw that this was good. On the seventh day, Notch named his creation Minecraft. He was in awe at his new creation, and decided he earned himself a pint. And so he went to the pub. Hereth ends the lesson. Amen. Were you guys listening to any of that? No? Not interested? Not interested in my reading? The heretics. We have heretics among us. We have unbelievers, so we'll deal with them in the medieval way. Okay, nothing happened here. So yeah, I've pretty much finished the interior. I've kind of changed it up a bit. We've got a little room here. I've done the outside too. So this is like your little cloakroom. You'll put your weapons and stuff in there. I thought I could hear one. There's a guy up there. We'll sort this heretic out in a minute. Gives me a chance to show you the rest of what I've done. But yeah, I raised this back thing up a little bit. We've got these kind of banisters on, which is cool. The pulpit's a lot smaller. It just gives us a bit more room up here. But yeah, there's holy water. There's a lectern where we had us reading from. And then just put some trapdoors on the end here. We have some bread and wine. This is the little vicar's office. Nice little angelic picture there. Some storage. If we go up here and yeah, deal with him. And I think I showed you this before. But yeah, this is the sort of bell tower that we can go up. I might just put a ladder in there. But yeah, here's something cool. I didn't know what to do with this back room here. But when you come down here now, look at this. We've got some creepy catacombs. I think this is really cool. We've got some skulls up there. We've got some redstone torches. We've got some coffins with some, yeah, some of that in. And we've kind of got this little kind of altar where something rather unpleasant has happened by the looks of it. But yeah, redstone torches everywhere. I wanted it to be pretty dim in here. I mean, in survival, mobs will probably spawn down here. But yeah, that would be fine. So you come out here and you come out round the side, the edge here, which is pretty cool. I really like that. Then we've got these walls that go around the side. Sort of the walls of the grounds, I suppose. It's pretty cool. Then it's just the same around this side as well. It just covers up that kind of ugly terrain that we had. Then you come up here. This is the first ever custom tree I've ever built. Oh, excuse me. I've never built a custom tree before. So this is the first one I've ever built. Got some cool graves here. I really like that one in the middle, maybe an old king. And we've got these white roses everywhere. We have the kind of theme of this town is the white rose. It's a white tulip, but yeah, we're going to call it a white rose. But yeah, so I wanted to kind of have a bit of lore, where maybe, you know, these roses grow, where the kings of this town lay, or where the king, you know, where the king's kind of bloodline lay, these white roses grow. Kind of a bit like in Lord of the Rings with King Theoden. He has certain flowers, I can't remember what they are. It says, long since have these flowers grown on the tombs of my forefathers. So yeah, I thought that were a pretty cool idea. But yeah, that's the church. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give me a like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.